as we go. LeBron and the Lakers picked up a win over the Hawks last night in Atlanta, but it was a courtside interaction that made news when a fan who was heckling LeBron along with 3 others were booted. Here's the King on what went down.
I'm happy fans are back in the building. I miss that interaction. I need that interaction. We as players need that interaction. I don't feel like it was warranted to be kicked out. There was a back and forth between 2 grown men, and then when someone else jumped into it and said their piece, and it kind of got blown out of proportion.
Stephen A., do you think the fans should have been ejected from the arena?
Based on what we saw on video and what LeBron James said, no, I don't believe that. I think that in this day and age, particularly with what the world is going through, and specifically here in America in the sports world, to see fans heckling players and stuff like that is actually welcomed, to be honest with you. Now, there are limits. Russell Westbrook and various others can speak to that because some things that are said are completely and utterly uncalled for. In my years of covering the NBA, I've seen many occasions where fans definitely cross the line with some of their language and some of the things that they said. But other times when they're heckling you and bothering you, I don't think that it warrants ejection. I think going over to them and telling them to watch their language is about as far as it needs to go, because in most instances they know how to heckle you while minding their manners in terms of their language, and I think that they're definitely capable. I'll give you a personal experience, Max and Molly. I was at the Rams-Kansas City games. Remember that Monday night game years ago when Kansas City lost to L.A. 54-51, that epic Monday night football game? Well, I'm in the suite for ESPN LA radio, and fans were screaming at me and stuff like that. And one of the guys was getting out of control and he was heckling me. The security went over to remove him. And I told security, no, leave him alone. It's okay. And I looked at the guy and I just said, just watch your language. Just watch your language and you good. And he actually thanked me for it. He still heckled me, but he heckled me in PC fashion, not rated R. And as a result, we all ended up having fun. I was messing with them. They were messing with me. And it's all in fun. And I think that's the kind of thing that LeBron is alluding to when he talks about how the fans shouldn't have been ejected. She seemed a bit acerbic when she jumped into the fray, whoever that person was, with the gentleman LeBron was arguing with. But I appreciate what LeBron is saying. You kind of missed that, and you want to see that because the fans are an integral part of what makes the game special. And watching these games without them in attendance, even though I really appreciate the players playing and playing with the fervor that they're playing with, I really do miss the fans there. So I appreciate where LeBron came from on this, and I agree with his assessment.
Yeah, first let me say, LeBron can get down in the mud and wrestle and come out clean. Like, the way he handled this was just right. First of all, his tweet, courtside Karen was mad, all caps, is hilarious. And even the fact that he said she shouldn't have been ejected, he likes the interaction, the fact that he's going back and forth with them, it's all good. And she should not have been ejected, based on what I understand, except I have to say this. When you talk loud and a lot, that's how you spread COVID, right? Like, that's what you like, because it's really expectorant. It's the particles coming out of your mouth. I know it sounds disgusting or funny or whatever, but that's what the mask really does. The mask is not there to protect you. Your mask is there to protect me. My mask is there to protect you. And it looks like we're in the home stretch of this thing. The vaccine is coming out, but it's going to take some time. You don't want the thing to mutate. There's still high mortality or like people dying because there aren't enough hospital beds, stuff like that. So we still need to be careful. And if the mask is off her face and she's yelling, I don't know, Stephen A., if she was warned to put her mask back on and she didn't. But if she's yelling with her mask down, then I could see that being the basis of her removal. That has not been reported, that they told her, hey, put your mask back on, and they didn't. But that's one way I could see, okay, I get it. She's got to go. Otherwise, it doesn't seem like just even cursing back and forth. It's not like there's a way that you can use language that you can't repeat, for example, on ESPN airwaves, that is still not over the line in terms of kind of common trash talking. And it seems like that was the case here. So unless it was a mask issue, I don't think, based on what I know, she should have been removed.